So my feet are in my wide-legged hinge, your toes are trying to face towards me, and then we're thinking about spreading the feet, digging our toes into the floor, and then we're just going to push those hips back like we're closing a drawer or a door with your backside. Keep an equal press into the feet as you send your hips back. And at that bottom position, you're really pressing your feet into the floor to come back up. We're going for round 10 here. Nice. Very good. If you start to feel your low back, Ted, don't go as far down.
Okay.
Okay, let me know. Holler at me. It's just y'all too, so it don't matter. Very good. Last two here. And then last one, hips pushing back. Nice. Very good. All right, now feet are going to walk out maybe a little bit wider than what you just had, and toes are going to turn out. We are going to be squatting today, a different kind of squat with our chair. I just found a lovely new variation. Let's warm up the squat. So same thing, you're thinking about spreading your feet and then pressing your feet into the floor. That's naturally going to drive your knees out, and then you're going to sit down nice and deep into your squat, trying to keep that chest nice and tall. We're going for 10. Nice. For 2. Trying to keep that chest nice and high. 3. 4. Very good. Let's see how y'all are doing on that one. For 5. Nice, Ted. Nice, Cheryl. Those look nice and deep today, guys. We're going for 8. Very good. For 9. And then last one here for 10. Okay, feet are going to walk back in after that, guys. So they're a little bit closer to hip width. And then you're going to bring your hands out by your side. So like my hands are at a T. I'm going to twist one shoulder forward and one shoulder, I think they're both twisting. One's twisting forward, one's twisting backwards. And the direction that gets a little bit longer, you can lean your torso that way. Nice. You're trying to keep the arms nice and straight. We're twisting those arms. Nice, guys. This one can feel like a nice stretch. Very good. All right, let's do one more each way before we move on to something else. Very good. Twist those arms. Very good, Cheryl. And then the hands are going to come overhead. This is going to be something for the lower back. Actually, let's put them on our thighs. That'll be easier here. So feet are going to be hip width apart. You're going to ground into those feet. Hands come to thighs. We're going to inhale at the top. You can arch the back. And then exhale, the chin is going to tuck. You're going to push the heart back. Dig your hands into your thighs as you keep equal weight on your equal weight in your feet as you round your spine down. Go as far as feels comfy for you with the hands on the legs. Keeping equal weight in the feet. We're rounding our spine here. When you're at the bottom position, you can bend those knees, maybe sweep the floor, or you can just come right back up, digging into the feet, rolling all the way up. We're going to do a couple just like that. This one's really good for the low back, really good for the spine. So we inhale at the top. You can arch. We're breathing into the tummy. And then exhale, the tailbone tucks, the chin tucks. We round like we're pushing the heart back. And then the mid back rounds and then the low back. And we can dig our hands into our thighs if that makes us feel a little bit safer here. Or they can be free. It really doesn't matter. It's really what feels best for you. And then we bend those knees. Very good. And come back up one vertebrae at a time. All right, we're going to do 2 more just like that. So we're inhaling at the top, exhaling to tuck the chin, push the heart back, round through the mid back. As we round, it's kind of the opposite of a hinge like we just did because we're rounding to make our way down. How's that low back, Ted?
Oh, it's starting to bother me.
Okay, don't go as far, okay? Yeah. Okay. Let's stop right there. Yeah, if we start to feel it, we're going a little too far. Nice. All right, so that was our little spinal warm-up. The next guy, you're going to bring your hands over towards the top of the chair. We also have done this one on the wall, but today we're going to do it to the chair. And we're going to walk our hips, walk our feet back so we can fully extend the arms. Once you're in that position, you're thinking about pressing your chest down, tucking your tailbone, and then we're going to walk back. Nice. So you're going so you can fully extend those arms, and then you're pressing your chest down and then walking back. Very good. Think about tucking your tailbone under. So or pelvis, we can be arched or we can be tucked. So this one, I want you to think about sending your pelvis forward. So we're really lengthening out through the upper body and not too much into the lower. Nice. Walking those hands back, pushing the hips, the head down when you get to that back position. Very good. We're going to do 2 more just like that. Nice, guys. Last 2, walking those hands back, pushing the shoulders down, thinking about looking right at the floor with your gaze. Very good, straight arms, guys. And then this is going to be last one, and I'm going to have you stay back. All right, so we're going to walk all the way back. Our arms are going to extend. And if this feels okay in your low back, you're going to reach your right arm. It's going to touch somewhere either on the left thigh, the left calf, and you can look in the direction of that left side. Take a breath. And then you can switch it out. Left hand finds either right thigh, right calf. You can look over towards the right. And then switch it out. Let's do another one on each side. Very good. Last side here. Very good, guys. After you've completed that, we're going to walk back into our chair. And now we're going to mobilize through our hips a little bit more, since that's the focus of today's class. So my left leg is closest to the chair, my right leg is away, and I'm going to use my left hand to stabilize me here. This ain't a balancing exercise, it's for the right hip. So I don't want you to have to free balance on this one. All right, that right leg is going to start in on the outside of the left foot. So it kind of looks like this, like we're in this shape. If that's not possible for you, literally anything with that foot a little bit closer into the midline of your body is going to work great. All right, and then think about engaging your core like someone is going to punch you throughout these. We're keeping everything nice and stiff. And then we're going to lift that right knee in towards the chest. So you're just going to pick it straight up. When you get there, I want you to make it nice and straight. So if it's rotated, we want to keep it there. And then still holding on to your chair, I'm just going to show you from the side. The leg is going to go out to the side, keeping that back nice and flat. The pelvis did not move, the core is engaged. And then I'm going to kick that leg back behind me, keeping my legs, keeping my spine super tall. I'm not arching at the back. I'm just allowing that leg to slightly go behind me. Nice. So I'll do another one that you can see. So that leg is going to come up and in towards the chest. It's going to go out. Doesn't have to be a lot. And then we're going to kick it back. Nice. Try to not lean forward. We're trying to keep a nice tall stance. Very good. We're going to do 2 more just like that so we can get a hang of this on this side. So that leg is going to come down like it came. Very good. So we're picking it up, bringing it out, kicking it back. Let me see how y'all are doing. We're going up, out, kicking it back. Nice. How are these feeling, Ted? They're okay? Okay. And you're kicking that leg back. Try not to. Very good. Very good, guys. That looks awesome. All right. Now we're switching the sides. So our right leg is going to come next to the chair. If you want to turn your chair around so you can see me, you can. And then we're working on that left hip now. So you're going to ground into that right foot, engage that core like someone is going to punch you. And then left foot is going to come on the inside of the body or on the outside of the right foot. You're going to pick it up. Try to keep that pelvis nice and flat while you do this. We don't want to tuck. And then the leg goes out. We swivel at the hip. We kick that leg behind. I have you all do this one in class on the floor. It's the same thing. We're just standing here. And you're going to bring it down exactly like you came into the stretch. So we're coming up, out, kicking it back, swiveling out the hip, and then I'm coming back just like I came. The leg is out, leg is in and up, the leg comes down. Nice. I'm going to watch y'all for this one. So we're coming up. I'll do it with you. We're kicking out. We're sending it back. Nice. You're keeping that chest nice and tall when you kick it back. Beautiful job. That was really good. Bring it back just like you came. And then last one, we're coming in with the foot on the inside. You're straightening out that knee once you get up. You're sending it out. You're kicking it back, keeping that spine nice and tall. Very good. All right, bring it back just like you came here. setting the legs down. And we're gonna get started with our workout today. Are we feeling warmed up?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're gonna do it backwards, like how I've been liking here. So we're gonna start with our core exercise on the floor, and then do another floor exercise, and then work our way back up to standing. So what we will be needing for our first exercise is the mini band, and that is it. Now, guys, this is a core exercise and a hip exercise. We have not done this one before, but you're gonna find it looks really similar to things we've already done, so it'll be pretty easy to learn. So you're gonna come down to the floor on your back. Okay, and feet are gonna stay on the ground. Before you get all the way back, this band is gonna go around your toes. So I'm gonna put it on one toe and then the other toe. Just to start, keep the feet on the floor, but you're looping the band around your toes. Very good. And then we're gonna lay back once we got that band looped around our feet. And we're gonna start by paying attention to our pelvis. So your hands are gonna come to your hips. They're gonna allow your head lay on the ground. And you're just gonna follow me with my voice here. If you can't see me too well, this is a movement that you've done before, so it's not gonna be too hard. So we're inhaling here, filling the tummy, arching the back, allow it to come off the floor, and then exhale to tuck. That tailbone gets heavy towards the mat. The low back gets nice and firm. So we're inhaling to arch. We're exhaling to tuck. Try to just move at your pelvis. You can have the hands on the hip bones if you need a little bit of feedback. You can notice how your hip bones feel different depending on if you are in an arch position or a tucked position. You tend to feel less of them when we're arched and a little bit more of them when we're tucked. Nice. Once you've gone through those a couple times and you're starting to feel pretty confident that you have each one down pretty well, you're gonna inhale to arch, exhale to tuck, keep that low back nice and flat, and then think about pulling in your belly button on your next exhale with that low back on the floor. Once you have that engagement, you're gonna tabletop those legs for me so they're hovering. Same as we do for our dead bug. The legs are now on a hovering table. So the feet are just floating off the floor. Very good. All right, one knee is gonna stay, so the knees are at 90 degrees here. And one knee is gonna stay at 90 degrees while you press the foot against the band, sending one leg out. So I'm here, and then I'm here, pushing against the band with one foot at a time. One leg is at 90, one leg presses. The abs are drawing in and up as I'm sending the leg out. The low back stays really heavy with the ground. Nice, you're sending one leg in and back I have for 2. These are pretty challenging, so we're trying to get 10 to 12 here. Nice. I'm going for 3. Move nice and slowly. Try to really control the movement. It's okay if you need to take a second and come back into it. These are quite challenging. Very good. I have 4. Nice. 5. We're going somewhere between 8 and 10 here. 5, 6. You got this. See how everybody's doing for 6. Nice. 7. The abs are pulling in. That low back is staying nice and heavy for 8. You can take a break if you need it here. If not, go to 10. You got this for 9. Very good. Low back stays nice and heavy for 9. And then last one on each side. We're going for 10 and 10. Very good, guys. Where are we feeling that exercise today?
Ooh.
Yeah, where thighs, you're feeling your hips and your thighs. Okay, gotcha. What about you, Ted?
I'm feeling in my lower back and butt.
Yeah, does it feel like a good stretch or not?
It's okay.
Okay, let me know. I can always change it up for you. A lot of times when we get a like reoccurring lower back pain, it's because our muscles around our hip flexors are really tight. So sometimes the first time you do this exercise, it can cause some like sensation in the lower back. It did for me.
Yes.
So let me know if it's painful or it feels like a stretch. I can change it up for you if it doesn't feel good in your body, of course. But I think the next time you try out that exercise, it's going to feel a lot better at the next set. So let me know. Yeah. Okay. This is really good for the hips, really good for the core. All right, we're going to use the band again. So but it's going to be on the upper thighs. So you're going to take your band off your feet and you're going to place it on your upper thighs. Okay, so I have it right here. Might as well use it. Okay, nice. You're going to stay with your back on the ground and we're going to find that pelvic tilt like we did earlier. So we're going to inhale to arch, exhale to tuck. Once you find a nice strong tuck, you're going to press against the band, begin to lift the hips up first, and then the mid back, and then the low back as we lift the hips up into our bridge. When we're in that top position, oh, I forgot to do it. Come back down. I was going to add in some arm movement here. So hips come down. We tuck the tailbone under before we lift. Arms come like you're reaching in the direction of your feet. And then as you lift your hips overhead, your arms are going to come behind you, whatever that looks like for you. And then as you lower down, we're setting the heart dip down first this time, the mid back and the low back. And the arms come down with it. Very good. So we're inhaling, tailbone tucks, we lift up. Arms can come overhead as we lift those hips. You can drive the knees against the band. And then exhale as we lower down. Nice. We're moving in between these. This can feel really nice on the shoulder as well at the top. And then we're setting those hips down. Very good. So we press up, lifting those hips with that tailbone nice and tucked before we lift. The arms sweep overhead. And then we drop those hips back down. Nice. I don't know. I think I'm on like 6. What are y'all on?
I lost count.
Okay, cool. We'll just go with that. 7. Very good. I have 8. Let's see how everybody's doing here. For 9, lifting those hips up. Very good, Ted. We're going for 10. Nice. Very good. Think about pressing against the band. That's going to add in some resistance here. Very good. Nice, Cheryl. I see your arms now. 11. Setting those hips down. And this is going to be your last rep. Ellie, you're fine. Last one, hips coming up. Very good. And then we can slowly set them back down. Very good. How was that, guys? What were we feeling?
Yeah, back of the leg and thigh.
Sides. Yes, Cheryl, those are those hamstrings. Very good. All right, we're going to take the band off the legs now. Hop up to your feet as you take your time doing that, of course, and grab a drink of water if you want at the top. I'm going to grab some of mine. Okay, the next one is going to be a chair squat. So we're going to use our chair in a different way than we normally do for our squat. We're going to use it to help us sit a little deeper. I want you to go at a range, even though we're trying to sit a little bit deeper and using assistance, I want you to go to a range that feels comfy for you, your body, and listen to that. All right, we're coming up to our feet as we're ready. And then I'll be using the back of my chair. You can either, the seat makes it a bit harder, so I would probably start with using the back. And hopefully it's a little bit sturdy as well. If it's not sturdy, use the top of your dresser. Use something that you know is going to be sturdy because we will be putting our weight on it. Okay. Very good. All right, so I'm going to hold on to the back of my chair. And then my feet are going to open out into my squat stance. So if that means your toes turning slightly out, find that. All right, think about our pelvis like we did earlier. So we don't want to sit back in our squat in an arch position. We don't want to sit into our squat in a tucked position. So just like we did on the floor, you're going to this time think about finding right in the middle. So we don't want to be too tucked. We don't want to be too arched. We want to be right in the middle when we go down into our squat. That's going to help our lower back a little bit. Once you find that, the hands are going to come to the top of the chair and you're going to sit down using your hands on your chair to help you sit. When you're in that bottom position, you're going to drive into your feet. You're going to come back up. So we're sitting down using our chair. Very good. Keeping that chest as tall as we can and then driving into our feet to come up. Very good. Very good. We're pressing into our feet nice and strong. Very good for 3. Nice, sitting nice and deep. For 4, we're going to around 12 here, sitting down. For 5, nice. Let's see how everybody's doing. For 6, Nice. Very good. Coming down for 7. I like what Ted's doing here. If it feels a little bit more natural for your heels to lift as you sink down, I like that a lot. So if you want to do that, I love that, Ted. I love that squat variation. You can lift those heels as you sit down. Nice. We're going for 8. That one's really good for our ankles. I'm sitting down for 9. Nice. That allows us to get a little bit deeper, you might notice. We're going for 10. Still drive into those feet to come up. Then I have the last 2 reps for 11. Nice. Pressing into those feet. And then last one for 12. Very good. We press into the legs to come back up. How did those squats feel compared to usual? Any difference, guys?
It was pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Did it feel like you could sit a hair deeper, possibly?
Let's see.
What'd you
I
say?
did more
Yeah.
deeper.
Deeper. Okay, cool. And I love that you were lifting your heels. I love that squat variation. So you can do that if that feels good for you. It's so nice for the ankles. Okay, we're not using our chair for the next one. So I'm just pushing it off to the side. Grab a drink of water. You need it here. And then the next one is going to be working that lovely side butt muscle and also all that piriformis area that runs on the side of the leg. This one can get really tight, this muscle group on the side of our body here, causing lower back pain. So that's why we're kind of strengthening and stretching. So we're going to start with our feet, and too bad Iris isn't here. She likes this one a lot. You're going to start with your feet on the ground, hip width, and then I'm going to send my left leg behind me. It doesn't have to look like this. It can be much closer in, but the leg's going to cross behind. And then I'm going to bend the front knee, bend the back knee, squat as down as low as that feels good, and then switch sides. Foot comes back, right foot comes behind. We bend the front knee, we bend the back knee, we sit down. We're trying to keep the chest nice and tall. Very good, Cheryl. That looks good. We're going for 2. Very good, guys. We're opening up those hips today for 2. Nice. I'm going for 3. We're getting around 10 here for 3. Nice. 4. 4. Very good. Yeah. Love that. Hold on to something here. Of course, if you need it, we're going for 5. I'm going to see how everybody's doing. Very nice, Cheryl. Those look nice and deep. We're going for 6. Nice, Ted. Yours are looking good too for 6. For 6. Nice. Very good Kirchhoff squats. We're going for 7. 7. 8. 8. Nice. We're 9. 9. Very good. And then I have 10. 10. Finishing that round up. Very good. If you want 12 here, you're loving these, take a couple more if you like. If not, grab your drink of water and we'll be heading down to the floor shortly. Where are we feeling that, guys? What part of our body?
Oh, my knees.
You're feeling your knees a little bit? Okay, I'll watch you next time. It does at the bottom position, you're feeling your knees?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you, is it of the front leg or the leg that crosses behind?
Both of them.
Both of them. Okay. Okay. Oh, Ted, we'll get you some, you're coming to flow class this Saturday. We'll do something for those knees. I might add in a different kind of lunge for you on the next round then. Okay. So we're coming down to the floor again with the mini band. So make your way there after you grab your water, and we're going to start back up the top. And so the name of this exercise is called the Psoas March. So we're releasing our hip flexor muscle called the psoas that runs from the front of your hip all the way to your lower back. So that could be why you're feeling it a little bit here. Of course, don't do anything that doesn't feel right in your body. All right, band is around your feet. Your chest sits down on the floor. And then same thing as we started last time, I want you to take a couple pelvic tilts. We inhale, we arch, you fill the tummy up with air. And then we exhale, the air empties, the tailbone gets nice and heavy towards the floor. So we're inhaling to arch, Exhaling to tuck. Nice. Couple like that. And then once you find a really good, nice flat low back on your exhale, we're going to keep it. So inhale, arch, exhale, tuck. Think about drawing the belly button up and in, and then tabletop those legs with your feet on the band. So we're in our floating tabletop. One knee is going to stay at 90 degrees and the other leg is going to press against it. You think about pulling your core in as that leg pushes out. If this feels like a snappy sensation in your hip, I want the legs to be higher, okay? That'll help that out if you are feeling that. Very good. So that core, that belly button is pulling in as the legs are going out. Nice. For 3. Very good. We're going for 4. For 4. We're only going to 8 to 10 here. These are quite challenging. 5. My clients love these, but they hate these. 5. They're hard. We're going for 6. Nice. Abs draw in as the leg pushes out. We have 7. Nice. Keeping that low back nice and heavy on the floor. 7. Very good. We have 8. We doing okay, Ted? Okay. 9. If you want it, you can stop here if you like. You can always do 2 more. If that also suits you, you can take your break or keep going till 10. 9, 9. Very good, Ted. And then last one on each side. 10, 10. Very good. All right. Feet come down to the ground. Take a breath and then move your band now so it's on the top of your thighs, right above your knees. Okay. Low back stays on the ground. Back of the head. If your back of the head is ever looking behind you here and that feels uncomfortable in your neck, you can always place a pillow under your neck anytime we're on the floor. I should mention that. All right, we're going to try that strong pelvic tilt. So we're inhaling to fill the tummy. We're exhaling to make the low back nice and heavy. And then once you have that, we're going to keep the low back nice and heavy. The arms are going to reach in the direction of your feet. And then hips are going to lift with the tailbone tucked. The arms will come overhead. My chair is on my way. Nice. And exhale, we're setting the heart down first on the way down, the low back, and then the mid back, and then the low back. Nice. You're pressing against the band. If you like, add in some extra resistance here, moving your spine as you do these. So I lift my hips up first, then my mid back, then my low back as my arms sweep overhead. And then I send my heart down first, my mid back, my low back as my arms come back in front of me. Nice. We're mobilizing through the shoulder joint a little bit as well. Nice. I don't know what number I'm on. I think it's like 4 or 5. Awesome. I'm going for 6. Very good. For 7. I'm feeling my hamstrings too. We have 8. Arms are sweeping overhead. Drive into those feet to lift those hips. Very good. For 9. Last one for 10. Keep that press against the band. If you want 12, you are welcome to take it as usual. I'll keep moving to 12 for whoever wants it. 11. Last one for 12. Very good. And then you can set your hips down. Take off that band after you've gotten to 12. Nice job. Whew, very good. Are we still feeling our hamstrings mainly on those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, Ted. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. We are coming up to our feet again for those the squats and the lunges. So make your way, take your time, and grab a drink of water once you're up there if you'd like. I felt my glutes a lot on that one too. Those are fun. Those are good for those glutes. You're probably using them even if you don't feel them. Just a FYI on those bridges. Very good. Take your time to get up And then we'll be using the back of the chair doing our squats. So you can find a squat position. Feet are slightly wider than around hip width, I like to say. If it feels more comfortable in your body to turn your toes out, please do so. If it doesn't, toes can face straight ahead. Same as we did before. We don't want to be squatting in an arch position. We don't want to be squatting with the tucked position of the pelvis. I want you to start your squat, and any squat that you do really, with the pelvis in a nice neutral position. So you can place your hands on your hips. That helps you find that neutral pelvis, which is right in between those. Once you have that, hands can come to the top of the chair. We're going to use our chair to help us sit down. You can raise onto the toes if you like into that bottom position. That can feel really good in our knees and our ankles. And then you'll drive up. Very good for 1. Nice. We're sitting down, knees go out. Nice. For 2. Very good. We're sitting down. Nice and easy. For 3. You're thinking about pressing into those feet to come up. Let's see how everybody's doing. Very nice, Ted. 4. Nice, Miss Cheryl. Those are looking good. Nice and deep, guys. 5. We have 6. Very good. 7. Nice. 8. We're going to 12. 9. Sitting nice and deep. Last couple here, I'll finish with you. We're going for 10. And then last 2. 11. Sitting down, driving into those feet to come up. And then last one, sitting down. Beautiful. All right, take your break. Take your drink of water. Very good squats, guys. They look super deep. Where are we feeling those squats today? Thighs. Okay, good. Good deal. Good deal. Okay, I'm going to change up the lunge. We did a curtsy lunge. This time we're going to be doing a side or a Cossack squat or a Cossack lunge. So the feet are going to start hip width apart. And then I'm going to send my right foot out. The toes can point out. And you're going to think about pushing your hips back like we're hinging. But see, my toes are uneven, so it's a little bit uneven of a hinge. You're going to push your hips back into the left, and then you're going to bend the right knee. Very good. So we'll see if I make that a little bit easier. You can even start in a wide leg position. So you're going to bend into that right knee. And as you do that, you're thinking about hinging those hips back. So we're both squatting and hinging towards that leg. And then you can change the side. So you can go towards that other knee, those hips going back. Nice. I have 2. You can start in that wide leg position if you like. Very good for 3. And you can always, if it feels better in your ankles to come onto your toes, that's an option for these too. Guess what? I love that option. It's really good for our ankles. Nice for 4. Sitting down and back for 5. Nice, guys. Very good. For 6. See how everybody's doing here for 6. How are our knees feeling, guys? We're doing better. 7. Nice, Ted. Those look good. Cheryl, those are looking good too. Try to keep that chest a little bit more upright as we go forward. We have 8. We're going for 10. Nice. We're getting a lot of opening into the inner legs here. Maybe you feel it. For 9. Nice for 9. Last one each way for 10. Very good. And 10. Yay. Okay. That was your 10. Grab your drink of water. Take a break. And then we're going to see how many exercises we can get through in the next 5 minutes. And then we'll spend 5 minutes stretching things out on the floor. So make your way down to the floor after you've got your drink of water. And then the band is going to come around the feet. We're going to do these very quickly back to back. This is our last couple minutes. So the band goes around the toes, and then our body comes down to the floor, back down to the floor, feet start on the floor. Nice. You're going to inhale to arch, fill the tummy, exhale to tuck, and then tabletop those legs for me 90 degrees. Beautiful. Keep that low back nice and flush. One leg is going to push against, the other one stays at 90. You're thinking about drawing your abs in. The abs are opposing the movement of the legs. Very good. We're going for 2. Nice. For 3. For 3. Very good, guys. We're only going to 8 to 10 here. These are hard. 4. You maybe will start to feel your core this round, or maybe you already had last round. 5. We can feel the core and the hips and the thighs pretty evenly, so no worries if you don't. 6. Nice. Try to keep these nice and slow and controlled. Abs pulling in as leg goes out. I have 7. 7. Nice. We're going for 8. Abs drawing in. Low back stays nice and heavy. 8. Ooh, I'm doing these with you today and I'm getting tired. 9. 9. You can always stop at 8. I'm going to finish with 10. 10. And then 10. Woo! My core is shaking. I feel that, guys. Maybe, are we feeling our core at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, now you do? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I was hoping. Yeah, at first, a lot of my people tell me they feel their hips, and then they tell me, oh, yeah, I feel the core, Joe. All right, band goes a little bit higher, so take it from your feet, put it on the top of your thighs, and then come back down to your back. We're going to move through those bridges. I told y'all core and hips. All right, inhale to arch, exhale to tuck the tailbone. Make that low back nice and heavy. Arms reach towards your feet. You're going to drive in towards your feet, into your feet as you lift your hips up. Arms sweep overhead. You can breathe in while you're at the top if you like, and then exhale. Chest comes down, mid back comes down, hips come down. So we're moving back the opposite direction of how we came. Mobilizing our spine a little bit, pressing against the band with our feet, just for some added difficulty with these for 2. Nice. Also working on our hips with the band. Makes our hips really strong. Coming down for 3. Nice. Very good. I have 4. Nice. And then 5, I'm driving into my feet. Arms go back down. Keep going. I'm gonna see how everybody's doing. For 6, arms sweep overhead. We drive into the feet. Very good, Cheryl. I see those arms. We're going for 7. Hips lift as high as feels comfortable. Very good, guys. We have 8. Very nice. For 9. Last couple for 10. We're just going to 10 to 12. So you can take a break at 10 or, okay, we're good. And then, sorry, I just pinned myself and I thought y'all went away. All right, that's good. We can take our break there. And then quickly, the band comes off the feet. We're gonna finish with the squats and then we will start to cool things down. So come up to your feet, take the bands off your legs. Woo. And we're doing our chair squats, last round. This is all we're getting to today. Okay, I know we're almost there. Are we doing okay? Okay. All right, chair squats. We start with that the pelvis at neutral. So we don't want to be super arched. We don't want to be super tucked. I want to be right in the middle with my hips. So for me, this is what that looks like. So maybe it's a little bit different for you. You can try it a couple times by placing your hands on your hip bones. Once you find that, open to your squat stance, ground into the feet. So you think about spreading the toes and the knees, and then pressing down, the knees naturally drive out. And then use your chair, sit nice and low. And then press into those feet to come up. Nice. For 1, you can even lift the heels when you're in that low squat position. Very good. For 2, I actually really like that squat variation for my knee. Very good. 3. Nice. We're sitting down for 4. Very good. For 5. See how everybody's doing here. For 6. Nice squats, guys. Nice job. Very deep. We're going for 8. Sitting down. Nice. Very good. And then I have 9. Last one. 10. Okay. And then, 12 if you want it, of course. I'll finish out with 2 more, whoever wants 12. 11. I know I shouldn't have said stop at 10. Okay, that's fine for today as we're already at 6:40. All right, chair, we don't need her, so I'm just pushing mine out of the way. And then grab your water, come down to the floor. We're gonna be meeting each other in a child's pose on the ground. So y'all know exactly what that looks like. We've been there before. Knees can be nice and wide. And then we're going to extend the arms, sending the hips back. Allowing that head to drop down if that's possible for you here. And we're just gonna find some deep breaths. This one's really good to calm down the whole body. Nice. When you breathe here, I want you to think about inhaling, filling your tummy and then your chest, and then maybe you can even think about breathing into your low back. So we inhale, fill the tummy, fill the chest, even expanding into that mid back or low back, whatever works best for you here. But really trying to think about breathing 360. So you're filling up your whole torso. This is really good when we find pain or we're in pain sometimes as it happens. So take a couple more breaths, inhaling through the tummy, filling the chest, filling the low back, and exhale, letting it go. One last one like that. Inhale, tummy, chest, low back, expand, and then your exhale, let it all go. Hands are going to start to walk over towards that left side or whatever side you want to start with of your mat. Pushing into them, you're sending the hips back towards the heels. Finding a breath with the hands on the side of your choice. And then slowly making your way back through center and over towards that other side. The palms can stack if that feels good to you. Keep pressing into them. Nice. And then last one through each of them. So you can walk your hands over towards that other side as you're ready. And then when you're here, so if you're in that, whatever side you're on, I want you to think about breathing into your opposite rib cage. So if on my left, I'm going to think about expanding into my right rib cage with my inhale. We do all this exercising. That is, it's a little bit of an acute stress on the body. So it's really important to get the body back down to homeostasis with some really good breath. So inhaling, breathing into the ribs, the side body on whichever side. After you got 2 or 3 of those, hands can walk back over towards the center. We're going to breathe into those opposite ribs. My hands are on the right now, so I'm going to be breathing in to the left ribs. Nice, last big breath. Hands walk back through center, and then we're going to thread the needle. So hands come back through center, and then I'm going to place the back of my right hand on the floor, see if I can set my right shoulder closer to the ground. This would be a great spot for a pillow or a block if you have it nearby to place underneath that right shoulder. And then just thread that needle, set that right arm on the floor. The left hand can walk in a little bit closer if you like, and you can press into it if you want a little bit more of a stretch. Nice. And now we're going to switch it out. Hands re-extend towards the top of your mat. And then left hand now is going to cross under. We're trying to set that left shoulder down. The right arm is out long. Again, really deep breaths here. You can even continue with whatever kind of breath feels good for you. But I encourage you to inhale to expand, to breathe in, and then exhale to let your air out. That really helps calm the body down. That right hand can walk in a little bit closer. You can drive it into the floor if you like for a little extra stretch. Very good. Very nice. All right, hands are going to re-extend after that last breath. We're going to take a stretch for the front of the shoulders. So the elbows are going to come down. They're about in the middle of where my hands, they're right in the middle of where my hips and my hands just were in my child's pose. And then I'm going to place my hands together like I'm in prayer pose, or clap those hands together. And then I'm going to drive into my elbows. The hands are going to come towards the back of my head like a shark fin. So I've just given myself a shark fin on the back of my head. Same thing. We're breathing into the shoulders. You can think about giving a light press through the elbows. Nice. Last big breath before we move to a nice lower back stretch. Okay, hands are going to re-extend, and then you're going to ripple the hips forward. So we're coming tummy down to the ground. Elbows are going to come underneath the shoulders. Hands can clasp together, kind of just like how they were, but now you can make a little steeple grip or whatever you like. You can cross your hands together, whatever feels good. All right, we're in Sphinx pose now. So elbows are under shoulders. We're going to think about squeezing our glutes a little bit here, pressing the tops of our feet into the floor, and then opening the collarbones. Same thing with your breasts. If your low back is feeling a little bit tight here or any painful, we can think about inhaling to breathe into the tummy, breathe into the lower back. Feel the body lift off the ground. This can really help. Nice. Very good. 2 more big breaths. Very good. Nice. All right, this will be our last stretch of the day, a little bit into the chest, a little bit into the shoulders. So you're going to drop your chest down to the floor. Arms are going to open out at a T, nice and long. And we're going to take a full body twist. So left knee is going to bend, and then you're going to try to hover left knee, keeping left hip down, and then twist the foot so that the left toes now touch on the right side of the mat. If they don't touch, this be a great place for a block underneath the feet, or you can even rest your left toes on top of your right thigh or your right calf. Last big breath. All right, and then we roll back onto the tummy gently, and we're going to take it through that other direction. Right knee is going to bend, and then we're going to hover that knee off the floor as we twist over towards the left. The right toes touching down. If they can't touch down, you can place them on your calf, on your thigh, whatever feels good for you. As we breathe into whatever areas of tightness, whatever we're feeling here. Very good. Last breath brings you back to your tummy. And then we'll take a little fun transition. So your hands are going to press into the floor. So walk them out a little bit farther, and then see if you can press all the way back into your child's pose from that position. It's okay if that's not as smooth. And then slowly send the legs off to the side. Take a nice comfortable seat of your choice, whatever you like. We'll finish with an inner leg stretch. We'll take a little butterfly pose. So the feet can be as far out as feels comfortable. It's easier with the feet a little bit farther out to sit tall. I want you to sit tall. So they could be close, they could be far. And then we're going to grab onto the ankles as you think about sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down away from your ears. We're in butterfly pose. We inhale here, and then we exhale to fold forward, whatever that looks like for you. Looking into where your feet are, keeping those shoulders down, but you can also round forward if that feels better. You can use your elbows to push your knees a little bit closer towards the ground. Last big breath in this shape. Okay, and then come back up. That's all of our stretches for today, guys.